Okay, good evening or morning as the case may be. I'm a little behind on my updates because I'm back at work now. It's no longer summer vacation for me. So I've had to cut a few TV shows off my review schedule because I just don't have the time. MasterChef is almost done, so I'm going to keep up MasterChef, but it might be a few days late, so sorry about that. So Tuesday or Monday, I can't remember, I watched MasterChef Top 3, Part 1 of 2. So last week, Frank went home and they kind of recap who's left and their journey so far. So we get to look at Christine's journey and Becky and Josh. So first up is the mystery box challenge, and the box is in front of them. They pick it up. What's underneath? But a cookbook with their face on it, a reminder of what they could win if they win MasterChef. So their challenge is basically go into the pantry, get whatever you need, and make us your signature dish worthy of being in your cookbook. So they are all asked who would they dedicate their cookbook to, and Christine says her mom passed away when she was 14, and she's been trying to recreate her mom's recipes ever since because her mom didn't leave her the recipes. So it was kind of sad. Becky said to her parents, and Josh cried about how his mom and how strong she is. So it was a little sentimental. So they had 5 minutes to shop in the pantry and 60 minutes to make their dish. When it was all said and done, Josh made a curried Cornish hen. Gordon said it was beyond delicious. Graham high-fived him, and Joe said it was remarkable. And it really, apparently, it was amazing. I figured he had the best dish going on this. Christine did a vermicelli stir-fry with seared scallops. Joe said it's a complete sensation. Incredible, said Graham, and Gordon wishes that she could see it. Well, that her mother was there. Oh, yeah, that Christine could actually see it because she's blind, and her mother was there to see it because she'd be impressed. Then some bad stuff happened with Becky. She was doing this fish thing, and she unfortunately kept cutting the fish wrong, or it was too thin and she didn't have enough for fillets, so she ended up making a soup. It was really a disaster for her. It's called loup de mer soup, which literally means wolf of the sea soup, with sunchoke puree. Joe criticizes the size being too small for an entree. The fish is dry, he says. Graham says seasoned well but not cohesive, and Gordon says she is definitely not the front runner at this point. Ouch! Becky's been amazing the entire time, and the pressure really has got to her because she's the one everyone expects to do well. So I think she's, at this point, psyched herself out several weeks in a row. So they are ranked first, second, and third. Becky's obviously in third place. They start with her. And second place went to Josh, so first place was Christine. And her advantage was that she got to choose which legs to work with for the elimination test. So the elimination test was, here are 3 sets of legs. Each of you gets to pick, starting with Christine, which legs you want to use, and the last legs left will go to Becky. So there were frog's legs, chicken legs, and lamb legs. So Christine picked chicken legs, Josh picked the lamb, and Becky was left with the frog legs, which she'd never had before and never cooked. So, yikes. So, they had 10 minutes to get their items and go to it. But a surprise is waiting for them when they go back into the MasterChef kitchen, and it's all the previous contestants come to cheer them on. And they, of course, they were asked, certain people were asked who they think will win, and they, of course, edited it or picked the right people to pick each one of the last 3. So, down to the wire, Josh is pressure cooking a lamb, and it's cooked, and he then fries and needs to get it done. So, like, he was the scary one. He was making this big lamb leg dish, and he was braising the lamb, and I guess he had to pressure cook it because it normally takes like 7 or 9 hours to make it. Becky was doing fine with her frog legs, and Christine was doing a great job as usual, but Joe was doubting her again. He didn't. He always doubts Christine. Has a little issue with her. So Christine is up first. She made southern fried chicken with creamed kale. My friend who I talked to on Skype said anyone can make fried chicken. I'm not too sure I agree with her because I think that Christine put several spices in that were different. I mean, like blood orange, and I certainly can't fry a chicken. I'd burn it, and it wouldn't be good at all. So the problem with Christine's dish was not the chicken. Apparently, it was delicious. The seasoning was perfect, and it was moist and everything. But the cream in the kale was overbearing, and they didn't like it. Each judge talked about it. Graham said, delicious, less cream on the kale. Gordon said, less cream with the kale. Joe says, quite good fried chicken, crunch, moist. Kale is cooked well, but too creamy. Joe calls her out on not tasting her cream kale because she kind of fidgeted, like, did she taste it, did she not? Because she usually tastes everything, but Joe got down to it. She didn't actually taste the kale. So that's a sweet burn from Joe. Josh is up next. Lamb caramenolas with different salsas. They looked pretty interesting. They looked like little dough balls, so I guess there's a little bit of lamb in each one. I'm like, didn't you have like honking huge legs of lamb, and now you've got like a little like M&M sized lamb piece in every single one of those? Joe was not impressed because it doesn't look like what he would expect Josh to have been made, but he likes to go, he feels it should go on the last page of his cookbook. But he said it's crispy and the sauces are awesome. Joe says it's delicious, so I guess in the end Joe was wrong. Graham says visually it's beautiful. Crunchy sauces are rockin'. Gordon, delicious, great job. His dad would be proud. Because that recipe he got from his dad, or his dad used to make it all the time. Becky came up with her garlic frog legs with potatoes. Joe said the frog is good, is cooked through, and is still moist. Mushrooms are crunchy and good, but potatoes look greasy and soggy. The downfall of Becky's dish was the potatoes. Everything else was good. Gordon, impact perfect amount of acidity. Potatoes are soggy. Doesn't look like you have not ever cooked them before. Graham, rustic and homey. It's nice. The judges debate. Joe is wearing red shoes, and for a minute while I'm watching them debate, I'm thinking of Pete the Cat. If you've never seen Pete the Cat, you need to go on YouTube and look him up, because Pete the Cat's a children's book about a cat that wears white shoes and steps in things, and it doesn't get him down, as he loves his white shoes, but then they turn red, and then he sings about how he loves his red shoes. Joe's shoes were bright red, so every time he was walking everywhere, all I could hear was, I like my red shoes. So it's just like, those are some bright shoes you got going on, Joe. So, first person through to the final is Josh, because really his rocked, even though Joe was kind of mean to it at first. Last person to get through is Christine. Becky is sent home, and I really felt bad for Becky because I really thought she was going to win this entire thing, and she didn't. And I know my friend was disappointed about that. She thought Becky should have gone through instead of Christine because Becky's dish was harder and Christine's was easier. But it is what it is. Gordon Ramsay, though, offers Becky a job in any one of his restaurants in any part of the world. So, hello, you get to stay in the food industry in one of the best restaurants in the universe. So, yay. Anyway, in 2 days, because it's Saturday, is the finals. So we get to see who wins, Josh or Christine. I don't know. I don't know who might win. I would like Christine to win, but really either one would be fine. So anyway, till Monday, see you then.